Order.
Should we pass around those, do we have agendas and stuff?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? I am
Or as we go ahead and do the pledge.
filling in for,
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm sorry, here are, these are agendas.
You can open the public session at 5:31.
Yeah, that would be good to get that.
Chair opens the line for public comment at 5:32.
Any public comment, Mr. Parsons?
Currently, there is 0.
Any public comment out there? Looking pretty quiet, Mark.
Thank you. Members absent, Duncan. Craig will be here but late, and Lisa with notice.
Excellent.
Minutes, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the special board meeting minutes of August 28th, 2023.
So I just handed you agendas. I thought there were attachments. I'm wondering if there might be another stack. I didn't pull the right copy. Let me go check.
The whole packet was only like 7 pages.
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
No.
Actually, we've seen it.
That means there's 2 motions and a superintendent
I
report.
didn't get to initially.
Oh, sure.
But I did climb 2 for those first.
Let's do it.
I apologize. I thought everything was in the binder. Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, okay.
For you.
Next one.
Would you mind passing one of these to the
No,
ladies?
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the one I was missing. Jocelyn stuff. So if the board is ready, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of August 28th, 2023.
So,
I'll second it.
Yvonne, thank you. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all for a vote. All those in favor?
One question.
Yes, sir.
Are they accurate? Did that happen? I read them, the minutes.
I did.
I did too.
Yeah,
They're accurate. I wasn't there, but since we're only have 4 members, so I'm gonna
It
vote.
seemed accurate to me.
I didn't catch anything.
I didn't either.
Okay, good.
Your
So I'm
questions
sorry,
are.
Mark.
The motion is out. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, not at all.
No, I told you that I'm chair of this other board for the home industries in Sandwich, and the group approved the minutes, and we realized that, I think it was in April, and they were approving like the October minutes. Everybody said, motion approved.
Everybody
And-
read them?
Everybody, and then I looked down at something and I thought, wait a minute, I put the wrong minutes into this. Everybody just said,
Oh,
so you were okay to ask that.
Well, we're gonna try one more time. Chair would entertain a motion to approve payment of bills.
So moved.
Let me put a manifest number on that.
3005.
Say again, please.
3005.
Thank you.
You're
I knew
welcome.
I'd seen that.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Superintendent, Assistant Superintendent report. By the way, we should
We
change
should
that
change
header.
that. So you have in your packet our enrollment report, which does show a bit of change from last, I guess, the 28th, which was just, before we opened, which is not uncommon that we'd see a bit of an adjustment. So we are down 7 students from where we were at that time.
Do we have any late kindergarten or pre-K signups?
We seem to be holding, we predicted 51 in August, and we are at 51, so we seem to be holding where we were at.
Are there any patterns and reasons for kids where they gonna be homeschooled this summer?
No, we do exit surveys with families, so those have been coming in, people who like maybe a different job in a different community, families moved, change of family situation, so nothing that, seemed like, a number of people going to a
Right.
particular homeschool model or something like that.
Mary or Ashley, do you recall what our total enrollment was in the spring of 2019? I'm sorry, that's not a fair question because it's
It would be probably close to
right around 1,000.
1,000 to 1,050 would be my guess.
So we can pull that number, and the reason that number is a good number, is because it's pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID,
And we definitely saw quite a change to homeschooling after that. And the migration wasn't fully back after, we had kind of returned to more of a normal piece. So I'll get that number and send that out to the board.
And does the district have figures on number of kids homeschooled in these three
We do,
communities?
yep, I can pull that for you too.
As a comparison year over year?
Yep.
That would be great.
I'm gonna add.
Because I'm wondering about, with public schools being in the spotlight so much over the last several years, I would guess that homeschooling has gotten more popular.
I think
We
the
can also-
biggest growth has been in charters.
I was gonna say, we can also pull the number of students who, this would be their public school attendance, so that are attending charter school. So we can pull that.
I looked through these, so I'll just make a quick observation. And that is, if we looked at our 4 grades, 9, 10, 11, and 12, you averaged about 75 students per grade. The next 4 is below 60.
Yeah.
So,
We do have, I just will keep reminding the board, our 6th grade class, which is 84 students total, there are high needs in that class. And also our 8th grade class is 90 students, which used to be typical. That is atypical for us. So that is definitely, as we look at our program of studies where we had some low enrollment and let some courses continue, when that 90 comes up, they're gonna need spaces to go to.
Are you familiar with what Franklin and Winnisquam have done?
So they were using VLAX and I think Lakes Region Community College because they weren't able to fully staff.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes to the conversation we had 3 weeks ago.
yeah, I was talking to a resident who takes his kids out of school after the first semester, goes up west to a
Yeah.
ski camp.
Yeah.
Who couldn't say enough good things about VLAX.
I think when I was a teacher, at a time when that didn't exist easily, and we did have students who would go do periods of time. It was hard for families, like in schools, to figure that out, but VLAX certainly has just opened
Mhm.
that up so much, and it does elementary as well, so it's a great tool.
Well, it's a great tool. I don't know how we measure its effectiveness. But as I said to you before, it seems to me as we come across these very tough questions from an enrollment and staffing standpoint, that in order to provide the breadth and depth of curriculum, we're gonna have to start using those.
And we do have students that use them, and we can certainly pull numbers for you, how many students that are enrolled take VLAX as well.
And how many take courses that we may not offer?
Right.
And I'd like to get to know the difference between the high achievement or the higher, deeper classes
Right.
than the standard. Seems to me the kids that are at that age are more driven.
I've also come across many families who look into VLAX in order to escape bullying at school. So not only like high achievement ends, but also
Can be for social needs.
Right.
Sure.
I'd love to know what it would cost the the district per student if we actually offered courses like that we didn't end up paying for the kids to enroll in them. So instead of something we would normally, we eliminate calculus.
Yeah.
And offer it through an online,
Or AP chemistry, or
yeah,
VLAX is free, but there are other,
oh, is it?
it is,
I didn't
it's,
realize
it's
that, yeah.
a state charter school,
Okay.
so it is free to all New Hampshire.
That's good, then we
Students.
just need a teacher to, if we were offering a course that we
Yeah.
currently offer, that we
Yeah.
just said we need to save money on staffing and the enrollment's dropping.
Yeah.
Can't offer this many things, it would be the teacher to help, I think those courses need a teacher to help, somebody to help them
So what does that
stay on
mean,
track.
Nancy? Like a person in a room while they were doing their work the whole time?
Yeah, well, there are different models for that, but you would need somebody who really understood the subject if you didn't have the kids all in one room. Right, my son's partner works at Interlakes doing this with she doesn't have her teaching certification yet. Actually, she's working on her library certification, but she works with kids taking different courses online, and she just makes sure that they're up to date and they've turned in the work that they're supposed to turn in, and they're engaged and
So
present for.
we have that,
Yeah.
it's CPP is what we call it, Competency Pathways Program.
Mhm.
So we have a person who is not a certified teacher, is a non-bargaining staff member, who is helping a number of kids on a number of different pathways
But-
that somebody might be taking Mandarin and they
Right.
just need a spot to work
Mhm.
on it at that period of time.
So that person doesn't necessarily have expertise in the
Right.
subject.
Correct, it's
Yeah.
really more of a support system to, if someone's struggling, maybe making connection
yeah,
with where they can get help. Certainly doing a lot of mentoring, maybe for kids who need to finish
That's the kind of
something.
thing that she does a lot of.
VLAX, I know nothing about it. Is that the sort of thing? So if I'm doing calculus and I have a question about integrals, is there an actual person I can,
Yeah, you have an actual teacher.
you do have an
Yes,
actual
you
teacher?
do.
Okay.
It's not like you're just going through a slide deck,
Yeah,
trying to learn it on your own. You have a teacher.
okay.
I've always
So-
said best curriculum, best presentation.
Mhm.
Gotta have both.
And VLAX has, to sign up for VLAX, you have to have a parent meeting or a family meeting, so that piece is also part of it.
Yeah.
But we will bring back some more information, for folks based on that conversation. For your information.
I'm gonna go off script since we're already there and we still have 10 extra minutes. And this is not a subject that oftentimes comes up at a board meeting, but I'm meeting with Brian Schwanker and Ashley on Friday to discuss the capital investment program as it pertains to the school.
Mm.
So how much of that budget is going towards mowing stock, as well as new stairways, new facades, new football fields, and everything else. It's very difficult, as I'm halfway through it now, for both the town and school, because of all the grant money. And how is that money
Right.
talked about? Is it revenue to the town? From an
Mhm.
accounting standpoint, it is.
Mhm.
And from a capital investment standpoint, it is. It's allowed towns to accelerate, or put more money into infrastructure or rolling stock. School's much tougher, because of all the grants, and support that we get. But
Mm.
I don't know where we stand for this year. Obviously, the south stairs
Yeah.
is a major,
Yes.
the paving has been
Yes.
major. And I think we had 2 roof sections this year.
So I have Mr. Swanker prepared for the October board meeting, which I think is October 10th, to come and give a full summary to the board of all the work that's been accomplished and the cost of each of those various projects. So he's working on putting that together.
Well, there'll be a summary report prior to the meeting.
I will have him do a written report as well.
Every year, we print out what is called our CIP, and I've passed out the last couple of years. but I do have.
Yeah, and we include that in the budget process. We go through the CIP plan
Yep.
with the board. But this will be an opportunity for you to have a sense of, because sometimes we budget things and they come in more expensive, right?
Mhm.
That's not unusual in construction.
Particularly in these
When you
last few
break,
years.
break ground sometimes, so.
I didn't know that pipe was there.
We'll give a good overview of things and where we stand. We do have an addendum.
Oh, that's right, yes.
It is for a trip to Argentina, so tonight is more just to at least give you that first initial. We try to always give 2 opportunities so the board can.
Didn't she bring this up at the end of last year?
I don't remember that.
I don't think Argentina, we heard about.
There was Morocco, we
Oh,
just
maybe it
did.
was Morocco.
Yeah, we
It
just
might
did
have-
Morocco.
Is that gonna change because of the earthquake?
I better.
I saw that, but they're going not this year, they're going next
Oh,
year.
okay.
So
Right.
hopefully that will be resolved by then.
So
Or
you said they're going in 24?
I think it's 24-25. It's the 24-25 school year. I think it's,
They always do it in the spring though.
yeah,
That
so,
would be 25. so
yeah,
maybe
that's
I
some
maybe-
time
remember
there.
being 25.
But this one is for April vacation 2024. So this is to Argentina, and this is Senora Judge, who is also an accomplished traveler. So because I knew that tonight was a fairly quick meeting, I asked her to come to the next meeting so that the board could certainly ask questions at that time.
Her last trip was South America as well.
She went to Spain last trip.
But
They were gonna go to,
Argentina.
was it
Peru.
Peru?
Peru.
That's
Right.
right. Okay,
And then that COVID hit, so,
got it. So
Because
that's,
our student was gonna go on.
yes.
Oh, right.
Yes, and we do have,
Young lady from Sandwich. Oh, what was her name?
it wasn't Ian?
No.
Oh, was it, oh my,
Very involved.
Okay, wait at home.
yes, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's not, her name's Stokes.
It will in 30 seconds, you know
Not Stokes,
that.
Not
though.
Stokes.
I can see her playing today.
We do have we will have a new student for the next meeting.
Okay.
So we know
Oh,
who it
student
is.
rep?
Yes. I don't have the name on the tip of my tongue. I got an email today. And that student has asked that another student be available to back them up so that, if there's practice or
I was
something.
gonna say
So,
sports interferes.
Yeah. so we will be ready to roll the end of the month.
It was fun to meet Riley's mom today.
Yes, yeah.
O'Reilly Toll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's finished his time at community college and now is at UNH, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which is exactly what he told me.
Yeah,
he was-
exactly what he said he was gonna do, right?
Yeah. So
He was he was great. I'll tell you, the reps we've had.
Raven.
Raven.
So, yeah, they've all been wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been a.
Some a little bit
wonderful
more
experience.
gregarious and talkative than others.
And what a great experience for them. They really, I think, take a lot away from it.
Yeah.
I did put at your tables, these are every year we have focus areas. We did include on our one pager, just some, we are aligning to our competencies, the design principles and the progression for competency-based instruction. We have had a tradition that all teachers call home by the end of the first month of school to welcome families to the new year. So at the middle high level, that's broken up by oftentimes through office hours, or the 7th and 8th grade team will divide. So you're not calling all 90 students. They are dividing up the students so that those calls are distributed. Our goal is to update the strategic plan. I plan on the meeting, and the last meeting in September, I'll be able to share some strategy on that. My goal is to work on getting a steering committee together by the end of this month. So, or at least the process for that. So stay tuned for a little bit more on that. I've been doing some work to develop that process.
That's something we have to do for NEASC anyway, is that?
So for NEASC, we have, for the next meeting, we will have Dr. Downing here to go over the report. So we'll get you the report. We do have our final report, which was very positive. So really appreciative of that.
Good evening.
And we are working on a plan to flip recommendations in the culture and climate review to future commendations. So those are
Can
really
you
the.
define the flip?
So changing something that's a recommendation, what do you need to do? Like, what would that look like if it was a commendation? So, so if it's improved communication, right, that's a recommendation. The flip of that would be communication is strong. So,
I understand. It's an outcome goal.
Yep.
Thank you.
so are working towards that this year. And then also these are our performance goals for our school district, which is to meet the accountability goals set by the state of New Hampshire. And K-2, because they don't have accountability goals at the state level, we are using our growth
The new
For-
ones.
measures of academic progress. And that 70% of learners will meet their growth target as measured by the NWEA, spring to spring, K-8, and pre and post in grade 9. We do it by course at grade 9.
Mary, I like the Friday focus. It's not, I'm
I do
glad
too.
you sent it to us as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the questions I asked several educators today, if there was any value to them. And
Yeah.
I heard positive feedback.
Good,
So,
excellent.
No,
We've
I
been
think-
trying, just trying to streamline it all, so.
I like your inbox, the Friday focus inbox in
So
there.
I take index cards. As things come up, we pop it in there, so.
I like that.
Oh,
Mrs. Morari,
yes.
if we have a few minutes, this may not be 100% accurate, but it might speak to the question that was raised
Perfect.
earlier.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is the admin portal of Alma, which is constantly changing, and that's our student information system. So this is showing you across the district in 23-24, we currently have 943 enrolled, 26 unenrolled. So we have very few students who have left the district. This would have been as of, they may have left over the summer, but we can't put them in per state requirement until the first day of school. So
They are no longer eligible to go to school.
they moved to another school.
Oh, okay, those
Most likely is what they
26
had done.
moved, okay.
But you'll see right now that number is small compared to if I jump back to last academic year, you'll see the
Wow.
enrollment was less and the number of students who shift is much greater. The question was about 2019.
Yep.
So what's interesting, I just want to go back so you get this number in your head. Currently, we're at 943 because we've had a fair number of students move in. So if we go to 2021-22, 846.
it's
64, yeah. but-
Sorry, 864, thank you. 2020, 859, and then 2019, 929.
Mm.
So currently, I think we're in a little bit of a bump. We've had a significant number of students transfer in.
So
But-
that was 1920. Can you
Yeah.
go
One
to
more.
2018, 2019? 'Cause
And
you
just
said
remember-
spring
Right.
2019.
This is current versus the other numbers are final. So
Right,
our
right,
numbers are
right.
still going
But
to.
look at that unenrolled
943,
number.
that's very close to what it is now, but
So
the
those are all the
unenrolled is
ins
much
and
higher.
outs.
Yeah,
Well, not all the ins and outs, those are all the outs throughout the whole year.
yeah.
If a student, and Mark, if a student goes out, comes back and registers and leaves again, that's counting them twice.
I believe it would,
Okay.
yes. And if they unenroll, this is showing the entire district. If they happen to unenroll from grade 6 and move to grade 7, it would show as both an unenrollment and then a re-enrollment. So we could also break it down per building as well. So if you wanted to look at the elementary school numbers and see in comparison. So this is a newer feature and this is how Heather now can have these numbers at her fingertips
So the state is moving to Alma as the state student information system,
Mhm.
which is helpful because with the state reporting, it's been a different system. That migration, is it happening this year? or-
It is, we're in a pilot group right now. It's, what it is the people can still use their own student information system, but the data collection vehicle is built by Alma. So districts that already use Alma, we can send our information to the state directly through Alma, which means we can clean up any minor snafus. We have a number that's incorrect, we can clean it up. So the process of generating reports for the state used to be export everything as a CSV file from your system, then upload it to the state. Then they match that with every other school in the state who has redundant students, where there are mistakes, and then they send you reports. Really clunky. So they're updating it. Alma just happens to be the engine that will be collecting all that information. So
That's great.
anyway, didn't know if that was helpful.
Yeah, it's great.
No, that's big help.
Can you scroll down so we can see the numbers?
Sure, so this
At
is
each grade
our
level, because that Mark brought that up in terms of.
so it is currently sorted by grade level, as you can see. So I'll try and go slowly.
So if you did 5, 6, 7, 8, compared that to 9, 10, 11, 12,
Well, they look higher, Mark.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I thought before you
But-
had said it was gonna drop, but yeah, that's.
If you look at our kindergarten through third grade,
Yeah.
and we're getting to a point that I think we're going to be, at least at ILES, closer to class sizes of 55 or so. If we keep trending that way.
Why doesn't the incoming have a number in any of them?
That's a good question. I'm not quite sure if this is a way that they flag the students. So before you actually enroll them, you might be able to flag them as incoming. And we might not be using that flag. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they are using it on the other unenrolled.
Yeah, so unenrolled and enrolled are the two terms that we use. So I'm not sure if incoming, this could be a new feature. What's nice about Alma is that we were the first school in the state to use them exclusively as our student information system. The downside of it is they're constantly making upgrades.
Oh, God.
We've done things one way, so with this whole admin panel is new. So we're sort of relearning our old habits to become more efficient.
I would say we've also helped them improve their product.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
And particularly Mr. Parsons and Mrs. Papalardo have done extensive amount of work with them about reporting on student progress. So I think Alma has certainly benefited from us being users.
That's great,
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
good data. I think the point I was trying to make is if I looked at the 4 years of high school
Mhm.
and then the 4 years, which would be
The
6,
next
7,
4 years, yeah.
the next 4 years, it was like 25% lower fall off. So it comes in waves.
Yeah, it does, right?
I'm sure COVID influenced enrollment,
So,
not sure which way.
you know, it definitely seems that our kindergarten classes are getting smaller. Our kindergarten students in Sandwich who are full day are doing very well.
Oh, good, that's right. This is their first.
Yes, so that's been a good transition.
And I don't have any more online public comment.
And you're right on time. So,
You have another, I'm looking at that clock, looks like 5 more minutes or,
yeah, we do have a few more minutes. There's 2 minutes, it should, 02.
okay.
We do have an individual who came in, maybe you want to ask them if they have any
Do you
comment.
have a public comment?
Good, thank you.
No, I wasn't.
Oh. I didn't mean to be presumptuous sitting at the table either.
How was the greenhouse, Mr. Trudell?
It is, currently standing.
What was that?
It's standing. Still figuring out where everything is, so we've got a good catalog of seeds.
Well, thank you very much for taking it on. Mr. Trudell is the new living classroom
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
coordinator.
You will be getting a call from my wife.
Sent her an email, not her specifically.
We're very appreciative of that.
Mr. Trudell, how was the summer growing?
I did very well. As far as you're talking about the greenhouse?
Yeah.
I don't have a good feel for it. I mean, I was here last week, so
Okay.
everything that's in there is to seed, and it's been without love for a couple of weeks. So if you garden at all, then
Yep,
know that that is
understood.
not necessarily a good thing.
If you need any calendar, you let me know.
Oh, there are plenty of people that will tell you that I am full of enough calendar for.
I never said that.
I didn't say it was you, Mark. It sounds like a guilty conscience.
Always. Always. In the last minute, for all your education, we will review the upcoming meetings. Online board docs training, Friday, September 22nd, 8:30 a.m. If people wanted to come here, yes, no?
Yes, yep,
Okay.
we're available to do it in this space,
Okay.
or if you want to have a group learning session.
How long is that?
I think probably plan an hour. I think she said it was like 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
I will clarify.
And then
22nd.
the last board meeting in September is on the 26th, 6 p.m., Hummerston Building. And the first October meeting is on the 10th, here as well, 6 o'clock as well.
And we need to work on a policy
Yep.
committee.
Yep.
I do know Heather had reached out, I think, to Craig, maybe start with his schedule and see if we can work.
Good idea. Hey, Craig.
Unless any member has any other comments, Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll adjourn it.
You'll adjourn it?
And you did close public comment.
Yeah, just
Did you
Oh, I'm
close
sorry,
it?
yes. At 6:02? Did we get a second on the adjournment?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome, Mr. Pig.
Yeah, just in time.
You missed the 7-minute board meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Do we have to have a motion to move into a non-meeting?
no, so it's just a non-meeting.
It's just a non-meeting, that's what
I should have it now.
Barrett, Christina here. Yeah. So the board has some special training with Barrett, Christina, from Hampshire School Board.